I'm going to tell you two quick things. Number one, the reason why I made these videos was because I had a very difficult time in my life. Jesus got pulled into it. It made me remember and have to deal with all of the things I went through when I stopped going to church, etc. There was a period of time when I dipped into counseling because I knew I had to get some reference points, work some of these things out. Part of the process of me getting better is to talk about these things or give expression to some of these things that were going on. Because with my type of temperament, if I hold things in, it affects me. It makes all my muscles tense, affects my body. Horrible situation. So, this is the last thing that I would like to say about Jesus if you never hear me say anything else ever again. I feel as if this is the one thing you need to know, and I need to keep it brief because honestly, I could talk about this forever. Matthew chapter 2, it tells the story of the three kings. They come to Herod and they inform him and his priests that Jesus is born. This is how Jesus gets on the planet. Another religion, according to their astrological calculations, have determined that he's here. They get there to greet and worship him as it says, and the people group to whom he is born don't even know he's here. So, there are people who were dealing with Jesus that his own people were not even aware of. This is the thing that I wish the people that I was interacting with and the people that I see out here now could understand. I have seen, read about, heard, discussed Jesus Christ in places I could not believe. Never in my mind would I believe that Jesus Christ is in this place. These people are, what is this? Ever. I do not even want to make a long video. There are books. There are people. If you go out and look, Jesus is everywhere. So just like this story in Matthew chapter 2, a totally separate people group came and introduced the catalyst for the search for this Messiah in his own homeland. That scenario is replicated other places in the gospel. It is so hard for me to explain how Jesus is perceived and understood and approached and studied and interacted with and worshiped and realized outside of Christianity. Because when I popped back in, the very basic teachings of his that were emphasized to me that made me think that it was a good idea to tell on myself before I get told on, to go in and seek for help no matter what the consequences were or how uncomfortable it would be for me to admit my weaknesses. I was studying the teachings of Jesus when I made those moves in my life. So that's the attitude, and I was not always successful at it, but that's the attitude that I took when I went out and interacted with the rest of the world. That's why I try to tell you that Jesus is honored, respected, revered, worshiped, paid heed to, complimented, referenced in places that it is not easy for people to understand, because our current situation that I came back to in my family, my friends, people who I thought were my friends, just the general community is so debilitated that you don't even have the basic respect and dignity for Jesus that allows you to see that Jesus is so much more than you are making him right now. So, man, that's why I made the videos. I had to get that off my chest.